What's going on, everybody? UCF Jaguar back with GenJag.com, and this Sunday we have a Christmas Eve game as the Jaguars will travel to San Francisco to face off against the 4-10 San Francisco 49ers. The Jaguars currently sit at 10-4, sitting pretty comfortably with a playoff berth locked up, but we need to go out there and basically secure the AFC South. So there's a lot on the line this game, and let's go ahead and break it down.
It's a foot race. Robinson and Browner, and it's Robinson who wins it. Touchdown, Jacksonville. His 14th win. Bortles with top, looking deep for Robinson.
Now, this game would have been a lot nicer to have in the first half of the season because the San Francisco 49ers started off the year with a record of 0-9, but they've been very hot lately after winning 4 of their last 5 games, and they're currently on a 3-game win streak with their new guy, Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy G seems like the real deal. I mean, even going back to when he was on the Patriots, he has an undefeated record of either 5-0 or 6-0. And Jimmy G, I mean, this dude looks like the truth. I mean, this guy is about has the most perfect mechanics I've ever seen in a guy. I mean, he can just sit back in the pocket. He has a high, tight, quick release, and this dude's a real deal. And the 49ers really lucked out with this trade after only getting him for only a second-round pick. Now, a huge shout-out to Bill Belichick for getting this guy the hell out of the AFC so we don't have to deal with him that much. I mean, next time the Jaguars will have to play him is 2021, so yeah, it's going to be, he doesn't have to wreak havoc around the AFC on us. But yeah, I mean, this game, I mean, he's been carrying this team so far. You know, they've been looking a lot better. They almost remind me of the 2013 Jaguars, the San Francisco 49ers do. The Jaguars started out that year 0-8 and then basically finished out the season 4-4. Both rosters were in like developmental mode. You know, they don't have many like big kind of names except for the guys that they draft kind of high. And I mean, they have some good players on the team, and they're definitely like building for the future. But San Francisco, you guys need to start losing so you can get a better pick. Yeah, I mean, right now, all this winning, all it's doing is basically setting themselves up for a worse pick. But as a fan, it's always fun to win, and as a team, you never want to like tank it all. But I mean, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, they've got a good thing going. They got, they're a good little duo going on. It'll be interesting to see how this team does down the line. We all got an early taste of John Lynch last season after he basically stripped the Bears of a bunch of draft picks, basically for them to only move up one spot. And then 49ers, they just look like geniuses. They still got their guy in Solomon Thomas. They had him on the other side of DeForest Buckner, who they got out of the 2016 draft. And, I expect the San Francisco this offseason to be doing probably a lot of spending. I mean, this team, they got some good draft picks out the helm. They do a little bit of spending. They might actually be able to have a pretty decent team because one big thing about them is they have the quarterback in place. And if you have the quarterback, a lot of things will just fall in line for you. And I just think it's amazing how quick Jimmy Garoppolo just picked up Kyle Shanahan's offense. I mean, it took Matt Ryan basically a year to understand it, and this guy, after like 4 weeks, I mean, it seems like he has it down. And obviously he's 3-0 as a starting quarterback, so he's doing something right. But we'll go back on the Jaguars real quick. We are getting Allen Hurns back this game, which, I mean, if Allen Hurns is going to come back, he needs to come back now just so he can have a couple games under his belt before he gets into playoffs. Because, I mean, if your first game back from being out for 4, 5, 6 weeks is in the playoffs, it's hard to get in the swing of things. I mean, especially with our young receivers emerging, like Keelan Cole and D.D. Westbrook have been really putting on the last 3 weeks. We obviously saw Jaden Mickens get a little bit in the mix this last game, and I mean, he's going to have to work his way into the rotation. When he comes back, he's probably not going to be starting, in my opinion. They're going to slowly work him in, and, we'll see how good he does. Hopefully, I mean, our receiving core right now is pretty bare thin, especially now with Marquise Lee out. I don't know if Pinkard is still in a concussion protocol, but I am behind. I mean, you saw last game, Mickens was out there playing wide receiver, and he really hasn't been getting much wide receiver reps all year, so we need that squad to stay healthy, and we need that squad to keep putting on because these wide receivers, they've been doing really well. I mean, like I just said with D.D. Westbrook and Keelan Cole, It's definitely good to see them merging, and they're merging at a good time, a time where we desperately needed playmakers at the wide receiver position. They are finally like starting to get some separation. They're starting to catch balls that are hitting them in the hands, and they're really helping out our quarterback, for really putting him out there and letting him be basically the #1 quarterback in the NFL these last 3 weeks. Now, Blake Bortles has been playing at a really good level, and I'm honestly so happy for the dude, and I really hope he can keep it up. One thing I do worry about with Blake, though, is everybody is super high on him right now, but what's going to happen if all of a sudden he has a bad game in San Francisco? Then I feel like Jaguar Twitter and everybody will totally flip and be like, all right, he's back to being really bad. I mean, hopefully he'll come out there and have a good game. We'll see if Leonard Fournette is back. Hopefully he is. If not, and I guess we might shelf him for a little bit. I'd like to get him a few more reps before the playoffs start, just because, you saw when they let him rest for basically 4 weeks, about a month ago. It's he came back and it's not even like he looked all super healthy, you know what I mean? He's the kind of guy that I feel like you need to keep getting reps at. He only gets better as the game goes on, I just feel like he's a guy that likes that contact. But with this matchup, a lot of people are going to be calling it a trap game and kind of comparing it to the Arizona game. But, I really think that Arizona game, that kind of woke them up a little bit. In the last 8 games, the Jaguars are 7-1, and I think they just kind of overlooked Arizona, and I think they learned a lesson from that because we've been putting on these last 3 weeks, and a team like the Texans were far better than them, and we did exactly what we need to do to inferior teams, and that's, beat them down. And, I do think that San Francisco right now is better than the Texans, but, they're not better than the Jaguars right now. And the Jaguars should hopefully go over there, take care of business, and lock up this AFC South seed and basically clinch a home playoff game. Now, right before that, the Titans play the Rams, so they actually have a chance to clinch it for us. But, I'd like to be able to go out there and win because you never know. All Steelers or Patriots have to do is lose once, and we'll slide into that 2nd seed and basically have a first-round bye. And that's just such a huge advantage just because you already move on from the first round. So, some of the keys for this game is just don't turn the ball over. Don't give that San Francisco in any spot to be able to capitalize and score some points on us. Another key is don't overlook the game, especially on the defensive end. Like I said, a lot of people look back on the Cardinals game and put a lot of the blame on Bortles, and of course, that pass where he had intercepted. I thought it was both a bad pass and a bad play call. But the defense, I thought, did not play very well in the Arizona game. They basically let up 24 points. They let up a few splash plays, and that's what our team has to stop doing. It seems like every time a team scores a touchdown on us, it's from, a broken coverage or an explosive play. Very rarely will teams, slowly drive the field on us to get a touchdown. And, as long as we limit those big plays, we be aight. And one last key is just to, beat down Garoppolo, get in his face, get in his head. He hasn't faced a defense like this in his career, and he's not a guy that's really will hurt you with his legs. He's just more of a pure pocket passer. So I feel like that feeds right well into us, so we can get in there and basically get some sacks, get some hurries, and just break it wide open in this game. So that's about all I got. This channel is at 1.9 thousand subs, closing in on 2,000. So, I'm pumped to get there. If you guys can, share this video with, a friend, share it with your dad, share it with somebody at work. Take this video, put it in a box, wrap it up, give it to your girlfriend for Christmas. Get this video out there so everybody knows what's going on with these Duval Jaguars. And when it comes to my post game for this game, I'm not going to be in Jacksonville. I'll be out of town, so I'll probably come at you guys with a short little minute or 2 video on my phone and then come out with a better post game either Monday or Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. And it's about all I got, man. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. Hope we can celebrate a Jaguars win on Christmas Eve to make the holiday season just that much sweeter. But alright guys, this is UCF Jaguar with GenJag.com. And I'm out.